Hey everyone, I'm Sophia with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. Today we celebrate the feast of Saint Athanasius, an archbishop, a doctor of the church, and one of the oldest defenders of Catholicism against the Arian heresy. Athanasius was born in Alexandria around the year 297. There isn't a lot of information about his upbringing, but we know that he received an excellent education. His own writings show that he had a connection with Saint Anthony the Great, whose life story Athanasius eventually recorded. With this kind of background, it's probably not surprising that Athanasius became a member of the clergy. At 21 years old, he was already a deacon. He spent some years peacefully in his office, but not many. One of the most troubling heresies in history was about to rear its head. In the year 323, the priest known as Arius began spreading the false doctrine in Alexandria. This heresy, which would come to be known as Arianism, attacked the incarnation itself. It pronounced that Jesus was merely a creation of God, and that he didn't share his divine nature. As soon as he heard of Arius' teachings, Alexandria's Bishop Alexander took action. He had a copy of Arius' claims put together and presented them before the local clergy, as well as the Council of Egyptian Bishops. The resulting council saw Arius deposed, and his heresy formally condemned. It seemed like the matter was resolved, but in reality, this was only the beginning of a very long struggle. Bishop Alexander fell ill shortly after the council, and in his dying days, nominated Athanasius as his successor. So Athanasius became responsible for a huge diocese while still in his 20s. In the meantime, Arius retreated from Alexandria and began spreading his heresy everywhere. He gathered many allies, including the bishop of Nicomedia named Eusebius. Eusebius tried to convince the new bishop to reinstate Arius, but was firmly refused. Having failed to convince Athanasius, Eusebius tried to overthrow him. He earned the allegiance of the Meletians, a Christian sect living in Egypt, who falsely accused Athanasius of countless crimes, including treason against the emperor. The bishop went to trial and, with little difficulty, cleared his name of all these crimes. But his new enemies wouldn't give up so easily. He was forced to attend another trial. But this was very obviously rigged against him, and he was banished before he could gather evidence to renounce the accusations. This was the start of a series of 5 total banishments that took place over 17 years, and the deaths of 2 emperors. Athanasius remained a staunch defender of the faith throughout it all, and in 365 was finally reinstated as Archbishop for the last 7 years of his life. Jesus anticipated the enemies of the faith hundreds of years before Arius began spreading his heresy. He knew that those who hoped to destroy Catholicism would use lies and slander. Hopefully, we never have to face opponents as tenacious as the ones Athanasius faced. But if we do, we have to act carefully and speak what we know with certainty, because the only appropriate weapon to wield against lies is truth. Saint Athanasius, pray for us.